Hi everyone, so I wanted to make this video. I think it's been about 2 weeks since I made the last one. And yeah, I mean, well, there's not much to say. I haven't made any further videos because I actually hadn't been doing anything, no practice of any kind. Things are a little bit shaky right now with everything that's going on in the world. COVID-19 virus. So yeah, anyways, life got a little sidetracked just trying to get enough supplies for myself, making sure I had toilet paper because everyone's just going on a frenzy at the moment. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to talk about something that I've finally acknowledged, something that I've in a way been in denial for a very long time, and that is addiction. I feel like I've been looking at the problem the wrong way this entire time. I kept thinking to myself, I am not disciplined. I do not have the willpower. I am lazy. I am not procrastinating. No, I am procrastinating, not procrastinating. But all those things, and if I was able to force myself to do the things that I don't want to do, if I had that mental capacity to do it, everything would be so much better for me. Which it is true, but that wasn't the root of the problem. And for a very long time, since I was a little kid, this has been brought up to me, and I just kept saying, no, 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 it is not the case, it is not the case. So what is the problem that I realized? Electronics. That is my problem. I am addicted to the screen in a way. Entertainment. I find myself, always going after my phone. Doesn't matter for what, like whether it's YouTube, occasionally Facebook. I try to keep myself away from social media as much as possible because I know it sucks you in. But I do go on YouTube a lot. Check out the news. And the same thing with my computer. I mean, I'll just go on my desktop and I won't even play. I haven't played video games in a long time, but it's just that constant eating of or consuming of entertainment, or just not even entertainment, but just information to my brain. Because the YouTube videos that I watch sometimes are quote unquote educational. Some of them are pure entertainment. Others are just learning about something. But what I realized was I have a really hard time getting away from those things. I used to think to myself, because I consider myself an introvert and because I spent a lot of time in my home, that hey, if I could be one of those people that you could just put in a room without nothing just to see how long I would last, and I think I would crush every record. Well, that's not the case. And I used to think to myself that I can stop it at any point. Whenever I want, I can stop it. And it also is not the case. So I got aware of this about beginning of this week. It's currently Saturday today. Probably about Monday or Tuesday I started doing some real reflecting. And what I realized is that if I went and put my phone down and turn my computer off, I found myself with nothing to do. And it wasn't so much that, oh, okay, well, what are you going to do now? Let's go and find something else. No, we're talking very noticeable withdrawal effects. My brain started hurting me, like starting off a headache in a way, because I had nothing to do. So I realized that's my problem, is the stimulation that the stimulation that my brain is getting. It always, because it's constantly working, constantly absorbing information, constantly thinking. Like the moment I sat down on my couch without my phone, without my computer, my brain was just going like 100 miles an hour. Just this picture here, this picture there, this thought, this equation, something. It just kept constantly working. And it was just too much, which got me thinking. Okay, so my brain wants to. Two things are happening. My brain wants to be operating way up here, and it can't in a way. And B, either by going into these devices, it's helping me in a way organize my thoughts and maybe do operate at that high level of frequency, or B is numbing it down, which actually I think that's more what it was. It was it's the numbing down of my brain, which is, it's not making me think. If I'm watching something, if I'm reading something, well, mainly watching, I am not thinking that much. I'm just absorbing. I am just processing. So it's more of a back end task for your brain. So my frequency lowers. What happens if I stop doing those things? Then it just spikes up and I just can't control it. So yeah, so that's what's in the way right now. It's my addiction to devices. And I realize there's not so much that I need to change my willpower or my discipline for things. It's that I need to learn to control, to channel my focus and my energy into other things, into being able to wake up and not have that need of, I need to tame the high amount of frequency my brain is trying to go at, and I need to like go 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 go. It's like, no, that I need to learn how to be able to operate in a lesser frequency, something a little more calm, that allows me to methodically move forward one step at a time. Whether that means doing dishes, whether that means cleaning my room, but at least it's not giving me that sense of boredom, because that is when I start reaching for those devices. That is when I start reaching for my desktop. It's when I start feeling suffocated and at the same time bored, because I need that high stimulus from what these things are giving me. So it was an eye-opener. Sucks to admit it, because my entire life I've been in denial. My mother just kept telling me when I was a kid, stop playing video games, you're becoming addicted, you're always there, like you're not living your life, this and this and that. And I was like, no, this is a choice and I can stop it at any point, there's just nothing better to do. All the excuses that a bunch of people have given at one point or another. And yeah, it's definitely one of those things that I wished I had known sooner. Mom, if you're watching, you're right. But at least it gives me a sense of control in a way, because now I can see clearly what the issue is. So my plan moving forward is going to be to try and limit the uses of devices as much as possible. In a way, I was looking into like, okay, do I need to get rid of my phone? But I don't want to get ring of my phone because it has a really good camera, and if I go doing something that I like being able to just quickly snap a picture, quickly snap, make a video. But I guess unless I needed it specifically for those situations, thankfully I have an Apple Watch, which really all it does is text messages and calls. So I'm probably just gonna keep my phone on the side and just be carrying this and not touch it unless I absolutely have to. And stay with my computer. I think I need to somehow limit the amount of like, if I don't need it for a project, I shouldn't be touching it, and just try and limit that as much as possible. I spent the past, before making this video, 30 minutes just being on the couch, sitting down, just staring into space. And I guess you can call it was type of meditation, but it wasn't so much meditation. It was more of a restriction. It was more of a trying to take control of my brain, because there was so much thinking and so much going on that I was just trying to restrict it. I was just trying to keep it under control. And it was painful. It wasn't like, my previous meditations when I would just go there, control my breathing, breathe in, breathe out, and just keep calm. This was literally me trying to just, forcefully control my body, because I was also getting some physical reactions from it, just like kind of shaking and frustration. So yeah, new direction. Um, I'm not gonna be focusing so much on discipline and how I need to like just go and do things and just force myself to do it. I am now gonna try and focus more on, okay, change the things that are stimulating you, and I'm gonna try and make those things the things that I want to do, such as piano, such as learning things, um, and just getting myself to do chores and things like that. But it's gonna be a long process. Like this is, I did not see this enormous shadow or beast that was just sitting on top of me essentially. But yeah, one step at a time. I still have hope that we're gonna do well. And all you people out there that are going through tough times because obviously what's going on with the world with the virus and trying to be in quarantine, trying to have to be in isolation. Hey guys, now's the time to work on yourself, learn something, work on something, but don't get sucked into the vices. I've spent probably the past 17 years of my life being affected, and God, it gives me a heartache because I think to myself, all the things I could have done, all the things I could have accomplished. Thankfully, I'm 26 years old. Still got a lot ahead of me. But, yeah. Alrighty.